Welcome to Time of Death. This video is for informational purposes and in no way meant to glorify or condone violence. In today's video, we'll be discussing the murder of Brian Martinez Rubio. Rubio was shot and killed on Sunday, September 21st, 2014, near the intersection of Western Avenue and Wilshire Boulevard in Koreatown, according to LA County Coroner records. Kevin Alvarado and Christian Salcedo were subsequently arrested and charged with the murder. The following is the evidence at trial. Christian Salcedo, Otoniel Tovar, Kevin Alvarado, and Carlos Ruiz were members of the Mara Salvatrucha criminal street gang. They went by the moniker Suspect, Garrobo, Demo, and Fugitivo, respectively. The intersection of Wilshire Boulevard and Western Avenues borders territories claimed by MS and their rival 18th Street. The victim, Brian Rubio, belonged to the Moteros gang. On September 21st, 2014, at approximately 1 a.m., the victim, along with other persons, was waiting at a bus stop at Wilshire and Western. According to the testimony of 6 eyewitnesses considered together, a dark-colored Silverado pickup truck stopped at a red light by the bus stop. The victim and some young guys in the truck exchanged hand gestures. The victim raised his middle finger in a disrespectful gesture. The truck turned around the corner. The victim said to the person sitting next to him, "Something's about to pop off." Two men, identified by other evidence as defendants Alvarado and Salcedo, walked to the bus stop from the direction of the truck. Someone, presumably the victim, said, "Everything is good, man." The victim held both hands up at chest height with his palms out. Defendant Alvarado produced a gun, racked it, and fired numerous shots at the victim, who was backing up from approximately 8 feet away. Defendant Salcedo stood approximately 4 feet away from Alvarado and watched. The victim fell on top of a woman who was selling tamales, and they both landed on the ground. Defendant Alvarado shot the victim in the head. Defendant Salcedo and Alvarado then ran northbound on Western to where the Silverado was stopped just before 6th Street. They jumped in the truck, which drove southbound on Western again. No weapons were found at the bus stop. An open knife was discovered inside the victim's pocket, but there was no evidence the victim had it or another weapon in his hands when he was shot. The revolver used in the shooting was never recovered. None of the eyewitnesses were able to identify the assailants. Surveillance videos taken from cameras located on Western Avenue showed a dark-colored truck drive southbound on Western Avenue at approximately 1 a.m. on the night of the shooting, and again at approximately 1:04 a.m. At 1:06 a.m., the video showed defendants Salcedo and Alvarado running northbound on Western. At 1:07 a.m., the truck drove southbound again. A police car that was in the area of the shooting at approximately 1 a.m. was equipped with a license plate recognition camera. It recorded a dark-colored Silverado truck traveling on Western at 1:02 a.m. The vehicle's license plate number was traced to Tovar's estranged wife at Tovar's address in Inglewood. Tovar was identified as a suspect, and his cell phone was examined pursuant to a warrant. Through examination of his phone records, police identified other suspects, including Salcedo. Both Tovar and Salcedo's cell phones contain numerous photos depicting them with MS graffiti or throwing MS gang signs. Detectives interviewed Salcedo in November 2014. Salcedo stated that Tovar drove him, Ruiz, Alvarado, and Alvarado's female friend, a woman known as Blackie, to Koreatown in Los Angeles. When stopped at a red light, they observed a man at a bus stop at Wilshire and Western. Ruiz exchanged words with the man and threw an MS gang sign. Blackie, Alvarado, and Ruiz suggested they turn around and beat the man up. The truck circled around and passed the bus stop a second time. Tovar stopped the truck near the bus stop. Blackie gave Salcedo her white sweater and told him to put it on. He did. He also wore a cap to cover his face. Defendant Salcedo and Alvarado exited and approached the victim at the bus stop. Alvarado was carrying a revolver. He asked if the victim was from 18th Street. The victim said 18, and Alvarado said MS. And Alvarado fired multiple shots at the victim. Salcedo claimed that as soon as he saw the gun or heard the first shot, he ran back to the waiting truck. Salcedo knew that Tovar had a gun in the truck under the front passenger seat. He didn't know that Alvarado had it on his person when they approached the bus stop. Salcedo believed they were just going to fight the victim, not kill him. There were too many people at the bus stop. After Alvarado returned to the truck, Tovar drove the group around the block again, and Salcedo saw the victim on the ground. Alvarado said he shot the victim because he thought he was about to pull out a weapon. Salcedo didn't see the victim holding a knife or other weapon. The group then went to the beach and either that night or the next day took photographs of persons in the group throwing up gang signs. LAPD officer Daniel Hara testified as the people's gang expert as follows. MS is one of the largest gangs in the world and one of the biggest gangs in the United States. MS started in Los Angeles in the 1980s and then spread throughout the country and into Central America. In Los Angeles, the gang has approximately 700 members or affiliates. When given a hypothetical based on the evidence in this case, Officer Hara opined that the shooting would be committed for the benefit of and in association with the gang. Defendant Kevin Alvarado pled no contest to second-degree murder in 2019. The court sentenced him to a term of 15 years to life in state prison. A jury convicted defendant Christian Dagoberto Salcedo of second-degree murder and criminal street gang conspiracy with gang and firearm enhancements. After passage of Senate Bill 437, the court reduced the murder conviction to assault with a firearm. The appeals court reversed defendant Salcedo's conviction for criminal street gang conspiracy and the related firearm enhancement and remanded for resentencing and recalculation of custody credits. He was later released on time served. Brian Martinez Rubio was 28 years old at the time of death.